You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 at Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Friday, June 19, 2026. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo. Here's what's happening. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department is asking for the public's help in identifying a suspect connected to an armed robbery. News 25's Jillian Tuck has more in this report.
The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department is asking for the public's help in identifying a suspect connected to an armed robbery that occurred in the early morning hours of May 21st. According to investigators, at approximately 2:41 a.m., a man entered a business near the 700 block of East Pyle Avenue in Las Vegas and committed an armed robbery while displaying a handgun. Police described the suspect as a white male, approximately 30 years old, standing around 5 foot 10 inches tall and weighing about 200 pounds. He was last seen wearing a black hoodie, black face mask, dark jeans, and black shoes. Authorities say he was armed with a black semi-automatic handgun. Anyone with information about the suspect or the robbery is encouraged to contact the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department's Commercial Robbery Section at 702-828-3591. Those wishing to remain anonymous can contact Crime Stoppers at 702-385-5555. Information leading to an arrest may qualify for a cash reward.
Well, a new law goes into effect in some parts of Nevada starting July 1st that will allow the building of accessory dwelling units.
Beginning July 1st, a new Nevada law will make it easier for homeowners in some parts of the state to build accessory dwelling units, commonly known as casitas, granny flats, or backyard homes. Assembly Bill 396 requires local governments in Clark and Washoe counties, along with the cities of Las Vegas, Henderson, North Las Vegas, Reno, and Sparks, to allow accessory dwelling units on residential properties. These units are separate living spaces built on the same property as an existing home and typically include their own kitchen, bathroom, and sleeping area. Supporters of the law say it will help address Nevada's housing shortage by creating more affordable housing options for family members, caregivers, seniors, and renters without the need for large new housing developments. The law also limits the ability of local governments to impose regulations that would effectively prevent homeowners from building these units. However, the legislation does not apply statewide. Nye County is not included in the bill and is not required to adopt the same accessory dwelling unit regulations. Lawmakers focus the legislation on Clark and Washoe counties, where the majority of Nevada's population lives and where housing shortages have become a growing concern. That doesn't necessarily mean casitas are prohibited in Nye County. Existing county regulations may allow certain guest houses or accessory structures depending on zoning and permitting requirements. For now, any changes to expand accessory dwelling unit opportunities in Nye County would be up to local officials unless future legislation extends the requirements to other counties across Nevada. Residents interested in building a casita or similar structure should contact the Nye County Planning Department to learn what regulations apply to their property.
One is now unpopular tipping fees that were instituted last July for Nye County residents have been waived, and you can now dispose of your non-contractor waste for free. The decision came down on Thursday, June 18th at the County Commissioners meeting.
The Nye County Commission voted overwhelmingly to dump the dump fees. This week, they approved a bill that will eliminate tipping fees for Nye County residents that want to use local landfills effective immediately. Anyone in Nye County can bring almost anything to any county landfill and get rid of it free of charge. During the June 18th meeting, Commission Chair Ron Boscovich said, "This is basically cleaning up what we decided before to get rid of the expletive fees." This is in reference to Nye County Bill number 2026-03. Nye County Public Works Engineering Tech Cody McKee, however, said this does not apply to contractors or any type of businesses that conduct waste removal in Nye County. There was no public comment, and the board passed the bill with a 5-0 vote. There was pushback from the public when landfill fees were introduced in July 2025. The Pahrump Valley Times reports that under Nye County Code Chapter 8, solid waste is defined as any putrescible and non-putrescible refuse in solid or semi-solid form that has been discarded or abandoned by its owners, including but not limited to garbage, rubbish, junk vehicles and parts, ashes or incinerator residue, dead animals, construction or demolition debris, commercial and industrial waste, and hazardous waste, including explosives, pathological waste, chemical waste, and herbicide or pesticide waste, refuse, and recyclables that are commingled solid waste.
Well, today the Pahrump community is celebrating a remarkable milestone as local resident and beloved entertainer B.J. Hetrick Irwin turns 101 years old. Known for her decades of community involvement, volunteer work, dedication to entertaining others, B.J. continues to inspire residents with her energy and positive spirit. Earlier this year, she even took the stage during the Nevada Silver Tappers Memorial Day USO-style performances, proving that age is no barrier to staying active and engaged. From all of us here at KPVM News 25, we wish B.J. Hetrick Irwin a very happy 101st birthday and thank her for the many contributions she has made to the Pahrump community over the years. Happy birthday, B.J. Coming up, we have more on B.J., and they actually are having a tribute and a showcase for the Silver Tappers at the Pahrump Valley Museum. We've got that weather coming up. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. There's a new display at the Pahrump Valley Museum featuring the local legends, the Silver Tappers. News 25's Jillian Tuck dances her way through our story.
For more than 30 years, the Nevada Silver Tappers have entertained audiences, raised money for local causes, and become a beloved part of the Pahrump community. That legacy is now being preserved through the newly expanded exhibit at the Pahrump Valley Museum. The display features decades of photographs, costumes, awards, and memorabilia that showcase the history of the Silver Tappers and their impact on the community. The project was led by Miss Senior Golden Years 2025 Queen Mary McRoy, who selected the exhibit renovation as her community platform to honor both the Silver Tappers and the founder, B.J. Hetrick Irwin. Earlier this month, community members gathered for a special unveiling ceremony celebrating the organization's rich history and contributions to Pahrump. What inspired the museum to expand and update the Nevada Silver Tappers?
It was actually the queen for Silver Tappers, or for the Miss Senior Golden Years, wanted this. She wanted to expand and make a better exhibit than what we had at the time.
News 25 spoke with the museum director, Marilyn Davis, who explained that the exhibit stands out because it captures not only the history of the Silver Tappers, but also the positive impact they have had on generations of local residents through community service, fundraising efforts, and entertainment. The exhibit includes several iconic costumes from past performances, some of which have been retired and preserved for public viewing, alongside photographs and memorabilia dating back decades. What do you think has allowed her legacy to endure for so many years?
Oh gosh, her personality, her constantly encouraging the ladies to be better, to do better, and something that's a fun thing, especially for ladies who maybe have lost a husband or didn't have a husband. It gives a family for them to be a part of.
Today, their story continues to be shared through this permanent museum display, ensuring future generations can be learned about the group's lasting contributions to Pahrump. The exhibit is now open to the public at the Pahrump Valley Museum.
All right, the scoreboard operator may be asking for overtime pay. The Las Vegas Aviators lit up with the franchise record performance on Thursday. Mikey Ruhan has that and more in sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The stars will be out for the 2026 Battle for Vegas later this month. Organizers announced the rosters for Riley Smith's and Brock Bowers' teams in the annual charity softball game, and judging by these lineups, finding a ticket might be harder than hitting a curveball from an NHL goalie. Bowers will lead Raiders teammates Eric Stokes, Kieran Crawford, Quiddy Pay, and others. Smith's squad includes fellow Golden Knights Carter Hart, Aiden Hill, plus former teammate Ryan Reeves, and Backstreet Boys member Nick Carter, who will sing the national anthem. So yes, there will be checks, hits, and probably a few people quietly singing, "I Want It That Way." New York, New York on the Las Vegas Strip will host its own 4th of July hot dog eating contest. The resort announced that the Nathan's Famous Hot Dog Eating Contest is returning as part of the America 250 Bridge Bash. Hosted on the Brooklyn Bridge replica, the contest will take place from 4 to 5 p.m. on July 4th. Organizers say it will be an official Major League eating event and serve as a qualifier for a chance at next year's main event at Coney Island, because apparently eating 30 hot dogs in 10 minutes is now a legitimate career path. Las Vegas Aviators put up football scores Thursday night, beating the Round Rock Express 26-13. At one point, fans were checking to see if the Raiders had borrowed the scoreboard. Rematch is set for tonight at 7:05. And for the first time in 17 years, top U.S. beach volleyball players will compete on the Strip when the AVP League comes to Las Vegas this weekend. Finally, a sporting event where diving into the sand is considered good defense and not a sign you've had too much fun in Vegas. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. One of Las Vegas's biggest charity sporting events is back. Battle for Vegas returns to Las Vegas Ballpark on June 27th, featuring Vegas Golden Knights star Riley Smith and Raiders standout Brock Bowers, leading their teams in a night of fun, competition, and fundraising.
What's up, guys? Brock Bowers here. Battle for Vegas. Fans showed up, showed out. Excited to meet some of the other guys on the hockey team and Golden Knights. Exciting stuff. See you tonight. The Raiders are going to take it home.
We're out here at the Battle for Vegas, Las Vegas Ballpark, beautiful ballpark and a beautiful evening. Raising money for so many great causes and having a lot of fun doing it. Can't thank all the fans here in the community that come and support us and make this possible. So hope everyone has a great night.
Missed the game this year. We're having a lot of fun out here. The fans are enjoying it. Lots of runs being scored. Come out next year and see us again.
Just wrapped up the Battle for Vegas 2025. Brock Bowers was absolutely him today. Looking forward to getting out here next year. Go City of Las Vegas.
And our very own Mikey Rohan will be down at that game next Saturday. We're looking forward to those reports. Your weekend weather forecast is coming up.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo, and thank you for listening to the radio simulcast right here in Ace Country 103.1. With Father's Day just around the corner, a race car driver from Florida is reflecting on his battle with cancer and how grateful he is to be able to celebrate with his family. Brittany Harris tells us more about his inspiring story.
As a race car driver, Jordan Bubb knows the importance of staying laser focused, especially when pushing speeds of more than 185 miles per hour.
There has never been a more peaceful and calm place in the whole world than when I'm strapped into a race car, my helmet on. I'm completely in control.
But in 2013, he had to shift his attention from the track to his health.
I started feeling super nauseous. Really, something wasn't right.
Jordan found out he was in renal failure and had to get a kidney transplant.
That time in my life was extremely difficult because of my age, being so young. It was hard to relate with anybody, but more importantly to me, it made racing much more challenging.
Fortunately, there was someone on his care team who could relate. Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Kevin Statlander.
I met Jordan at the track with his father. He and his father used to race quite a bit, and I raced at that time as well.
Dr. Statlander made sure Jordan was still able to race, even after he developed lymphoma following his transplant.
That time we had to place a port in the chest wall. We were very mindful of where the race car belts and safety harnesses would go.
The now 38-year-old is cancer-free, happily married, and a proud father of 2.
Being a dad is probably one of the most amazing things I've done with my life.
A prize that's truly priceless. For Cleveland Clinic, I'm Brittany Harris.
Jordan will continue to be monitored to make sure the cancer doesn't return.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
It's the Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam, and we are looking out of the KPVM TV studios here in Pahrump, and we're seeing a little bit of wind. The weather could be pretty good, maybe in the low 80s for Movies in the Park on Saturday night at Ian Deutsch. We've got the complete forecast for your Father's Day weekend coming up.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Hello, Romy here, and it is Fiery Friday. Let's take a look at our surrounding areas forecast. Fernley, we have a high of 89, Fallon at 92, Carson City 83, Tonopah 86, Goldfield with a high of 88 degrees, Beatty at 96, Amargosa 101, Las Vegas at 103, and Death Valley at 112. Currently here in Pahrump, it is 96 degrees. The high today was 98. Winds coming from the southeast at 15 miles per hour, humidity at 12%, and the sunrise was at 5:26 a.m. And tonight, the sunset will be at 8:04 p.m., humidity at 19%, winds coming from the southeast at 15 miles per hour, and the low will be 65 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Saturday we have a high of 98, Sunday 97, Monday a high of 99, Tuesday at 102, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday highs of 105 degrees. And that was the weather. Now back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you, Romy. It looks like we're dropping a few degrees. A lot going on this Father's Day weekend. And of course, the news does not stop on the weekends. We may not be on the air, but we invite you to go ahead and search our Facebook page, our YouTube page, KPVM TV News 25. That'll just about do it for all of us here this week. The staff, myself, Chris Palermo, make it a great, safe weekend.